Om Shanti. Good evening, everybody, all Asians and Australians. So, today's topic is BapDada's signals for end times, staying safe, facing and settling all karmic accounts. So, as we know, in the end, there will be chaos all around the world. There will be natural calamities, civil war, and atomic war. So, everyone will be affected. And before that, we have to settle all karmic accounts. And Baba's children have to be strong, not only facing everything, but doing service of all who are suffering, because we are liberator, benefactor, guide, angels, and people will be coming to us to receive drop of love, knowledge, peace, happiness, mercy, etc. So we need to be strong, powerful, and benevolent. Question is, how will our sanskars of study really help us now, the end times? Study or being knowledgeful will be very helpful to remain stable in that chaotic time. So we have to be observer and keep Baba's company, implementing knowledge. In the same question, godly student life is the best. But now sorrow is omnipresent. We need to create a future now in Sangam Yuga. In this hopeless case of the world now, I'm feeling really hopeless. Please give us yuktis to stay safe physically and spiritually. So Baba is telling us to remain intoxicated by having awareness. Who is teaching me? What am I going to be tomorrow? If that awareness is there, one can never feel hopeless or unhappy. Baba gives us guarantee. What I need to do is to have full faith in Baba and follow Srimad. And I will be safe spiritually, physically, to keep myself safe, especially at this time of Corona. We have to be careful to wear mask, have social distance, avoid crowd, and take vaccine. And physically, to remain healthy, I should follow health guidelines, eating right type of food, doing exercise, drinking lot of water, And as soon as there are signs of sickness, get it treated. Second question is, how can centers help Pakka BKs who are lacking enthusiasm and they don't contact the center? What to do now at this time? Should we leave them alone, or we are creating karma of negligence? Keep contact by ringing them once a while. They don't keep contact, but center vasis or center coordinator should keep contact, ring them once a while, be friendly, have good wishes. At the end times, they will definitely come back. When there is chaos around, they will come back. Don't question them. Where were you? Why didn't you come? Or why don't you keep in contact? No. Or don't blame them. Share Baba's Gyan. Send them special bhog. Or when you go to Madhuban, bring some gift and send them Madhuban Toli and gift. And share news of Madhuban with them, and that will keep them in touch with you. Next question is, when BKs are admitted to hospital as COVID-19 patients, how can they manage without Brahma Bhojan? Is that the karmic settling? If so, how to face it? Definitely, sickness is karmic settling, and most of the time, the patient's friends or relatives are not allowed to bring bhojan to the hospital. Some can manage with fruits, bread, and cereal. But some Brahmins, they are helpless at the end. And I got two examples of Siddhi Brahmins. There was one Brahman who had been BK for a long time, about 30-40 years. And he used to stay in Pandav Bhavan and getting pure food. But in the end, the children decided that father should stay with us. And they completely not allowed him to keep in touch with Brahman. To that extent that even in his funeral, they didn't invite Brahman. So it's such a karmic account. Another Brahman, before coming to Gyan, he was alcoholic and drug addict and all. So he was very sick and he left Gyan, started eating meat in sickness and completely lost touch with BKs. So I think Karmic account plays a lot of role. Next question is, I am the only BK in my house with other Logic families members staying together. With so many disturbances, it is difficult to make spiritual efforts. I have to take care of my sick mother and father also. Didi, what is your advice for me to face my logic? Is it some karmic accounts I have with them? Yes, definitely. It is karmic accounts. That logics are not in gyan, not cooperative, and disturbing you. Looking after old sick parents is also karma in the Western world. If there are siblings, they divide parents' care among themselves. We had one couple whose parents were elderly. So, what they divided, they were three brothers and sisters. So, each one will keep parents for 3 months, and then the parents will shift to the other child. And that's how they managed to take care as well as have time for themselves. Next question is, at present time, BKs can't come to Madhuma, or seniors also don't go anywhere. So BKs don't have chances to meet instrument souls personally. So how can BKs sustain themselves in their spiritual lives? Luckily, at the present, there are so many Zoom classes by seniors, and they arrange bhatti also on Zoom. Sri Lanka finished only 21 days bhatti on Zoom yesterday, and they had wonderful organization and wonderful experience. So that is good for spiritual sustenance. But in the end, when the technology also fails, Murli and yoga will be only means of sustenance. So it is advisable to keep stock of paper Murli. When technology fails, you can still read Avyakt Murlis or Sakar Murlis. Next question is, when a center coordinator of a center is young in age and inexperienced in jnana, so how can elderly and senior BKs adhere to his or her directions? Who can they approach if in doubts? With young center coordinator, senior BKs can approach NC, RC for advice personally, by phone or email. And they will be able to get answer to their questions. Next question is, during lockdown situations, how can we serve BKs and non-BKs in a rural areas with no internet facilities? How can we reach them? By keeping ourselves safe and increase our spiritual income by doing service. To serve BKs, what we need to do is supply murlis and avyakt murlis, sakar and avamak, or Dadi's classes, or books. And advising BKs to have bhatti amongst themselves, classes amongst themselves. Non-BKs, it's difficult to sustain spiritually. We can serve them by sending yoga vibrations, just as we send in World Meditation Hours, and sakas to different region. Once upon a time, what we used to do is, even World Meditation Hour, we used to have world map and focus on different countries. So you can have map of those region and send sakas. Seven B is helpers who are staying in centers full time and have all meals and accommodation, and they do part-time job or some receive monthly pension, etc. What percentage of income should they contribute in Baba's box so that they don't create karmic accounts of taking from yajna? Helpers who have income, it depends whether they have to support the Lokik family. If they have to support, they have to send some money. If not, they give 50% of their income to Baba's house and the rest keep for Madhuban and their personal expenses and for future. Next question is, when a surrendered BK is suddenly ill and unable to do service, how will yajna sustain such BKs? What is BapDada's signal and Srimad according to law during this end time? If a surrender BK is ill, it is duty of the center to sustain them physically, spiritually, and financially. If he or she is having savings, he can use it for medical bills. And if he has good relationships with Lokis who are financially well off, they can help for medical bills. Next question is, while fulfilling my responsibility to the Lokiks, how can I understand that I am doing everything out of responsibility or attachment. Especially nowadays of pandemic and bad economic situation, they expect a lot from us. Baba says, live like a lotus flower. But Maya is so strong. Should we run away? As the time is short now. If anyone's intellect is pulled by longings, taking sorrow because of that situation, or worried, upset, and inquiring about the treatment with many contacts, etc., it is attachment. But share your responsibility with siblings, but you can't run away. You have to help out the logics if you are the only child. Baba says final result will be announced. I'm getting nervous nowadays and getting affected by the bad atmosphere of the whole world. How my result will be known to me? Do I get vision during the end times? Yes. Result will be known by individual as well as people around us. One has to be strong to face the last moments. You should not get affected by the atmosphere. You should be so powerful to change the atmosphere. Next question. When two BKs are in bondage due to being in a familiarity, how will they face the consequences of their weaknesses? How can they come out from that bondage after getting signals from instruments? Familiarity, as we know, is also impurity. And Baba says, you should make Baba your only friend. And whatever your difficulties are or whatever your achievement is there, share with BapDada. Learn to talk to Baba and get solution. Or if you are not able to get touching from Baba, then share with center coordinator or national coordinator. So once you get support from Baba or senior instrument, you don't need to be familiar with an individual which will create bondage. Next question is, during the end times, souls are aware of upheavals in the old world and say nothing new and become happy. Is this deceiving the self of being careless or being knowledgeful? In the end, knowledgeable souls will say nothing new and remain happy. And it's not deceiving oneself. How would they stay safe in this current situation, fearlessly and not being careless in any way? Keep Baba as your companion or remain combined. Have awareness. I am a Shiv Shakti, Pandav's army, so you will be fearless. And have total detachment from body and relations and the whole world, and have remembrance of one Baba. That should be our final stage. Nasto moha sruti labdha. Is there any other way we can get signals from BapDada? When we get it, how can we discern whether it is Srimat, Manmat or Parmat? Who should we consult for clarification? To catch Baba's signal, one has to have clean and clear intellect. That is catching power. If you are not sure whether it's Manmat or Srimat, verify with someone who has clean intellect. If it is Srimat, you will find everyone will agree with you and cooperate, and task will be done successfully and smoothly. If it is Manmat or Parmat, there will be difference of opinions, lot of hard work with little success. Next question is, past and present karmic account has now to be settled before end times. We need courage to face it before it comes. What preparations do new and inexperienced BK like us need to make? Will Baba really help us? To settle karmic accounts, one has to have powerful yoga, seed stage or volcanic yoga. We have to do charitable karma. Baba is guiding us, but we have to follow Srimat and help ourselves. Baba's help is guiding and telling us to have powerful remembrance, but it is the soul who has to help oneself. Keep courage and Baba will help. During these end times, Kumars and Kumaris have lots of karmic accounts in their Lokik jobs, with some doing online jobs, some have to go to office. Our bosses nowadays have impure motives to exploit us. How can we keep ourselves safe from temptation of the old world? Some people say better to get married and it will be safe at least. What's your opinion on this matter as per Srimat? So Baba tells us to be knowledgeful, knowing not only about soul, Baba, cycle, tree, etc., but we have to know variety forms of Maya. So we have to be knowledgeful, yogi to be powerful, so that we can be conqueror of Maya. Marriage is no option at all for Pakka Brahmins, but our determination, courage, and knowledgeable stage will help us to be free from Maya. And Maya can be not only to Kumars and Kumaris, Maya can come to everyone because when people become old also, Maya, they have to face Maya.
So, Didi, the first question is, when a BK leaves the body, sometimes for some reason the body is not cremated immediately. So in those days, is the soul flying around waiting? And what can we do to help the soul till the body is cremated?
It depends on whether the soul is attached to the body or has karmic account with somebody or other. But as far as I know, the soul will leave the body, go to subtle region. Baba gives that soul rest for few days.
All Brahmin souls, Pakka Brahmins.
Nowadays, usually Baba gives them that support in subtle region, rest, nice food. Because recently, whenever people leave the body, last few days they might not have eaten food. So as soon as they go to subtle region, Baba feeds them. And as far as I know, in 13 days, the soul will go to another body in advance party.
And so another question which is related is, we don't offer bhog until the body is cremated. Why?
That is Brahman custom. That we offer bhog immediately after the body is cremated. One can give yoga power because that's what they need. The soul will need the power of peace from friends, relatives, and Brahmins. So we give yoga donation, but as I said, Baba will feed them in subtle region, so we don't need to worry.
Okay. So Mama said recently in one of those Murli extras, the roots of our lives are our sanskars. And our sanskars change when our actions change. Without change in action, the sanskar can't change. Can you explain this? So if only my thinking changes, but I can't put it in action, can I change my sanskar?
Sanskars will help us to think in one way or another. And when we think in that way, we put it into action. So the sanskar becomes deeper. And that's why what we need to do is first change sanskars from impure to pure, tamo to rajo to sato. And to change that sanskars, naturally we need that yoga power and opposite power. Suppose somebody is greedy, then somebody will need the sanskar of contentment, realizing that Baba is giving me imperishable wealth. What is this Kali Yuga material wealth or food or dresses or whatever I have desires? They are just nothing. So create that unlimited disinterest in the old world and greed will be gone.
Didi, I know you are not an astrologer, but you have a very clean and clear intellect connected to Baba. So how long will the Iron Age last? How long more for the Iron Age? Means confluence age, actually. What is your feeling about this?
How long age will last?
Yeah.
When will be destruction, in other words? I think we should be ready anytime. Because whether Iron Age lasts for 1 year, 2 year or whatever, I don't know. I may die tomorrow. COVID, accidents, virus infection, cancer, heart attack, anything can happen to me. And that's why Baba says, be ever ready.
So you have no idea, Didi? No idea at all? No feeling in your heart that really now is the time of the end? You think it could go on for another 20, 30 years? No, no?
Maximum 5 years.
Okay. Wow. Didi, will Baba come again in another body? Do you think Baba might come again in another body?
No, finished. Avyakt Baba coming in Sakar as the role finished. BapDada's words, the last medium, Baba will not come again.
On August 30th, during Krishna Janmashtami, the soul of Krishna entered the body of Sister Rukmani.
Sister?
Rukmani Didi. But Krishna and Brahma Baba are the same soul. So what's happening?
It's just the role that Rukmani Didi was playing at that time is like a role of Krishna in a trance, divine way. It's just as in film, the actor plays the role for a time being. In the same way, when during Janmashtami, even in my time, early days, every Janmashtami, in many Sandesis at the same time, there was a sort of a incarnation of Krishna in the trance messenger. So for that time, the souls part gets merged and emerging of the part of their Satyogi sanskar. And that's what happens. So even when Brahma Baba was in Sakar, we used to have Krishna coming into the body of trans messenger. So it's just a drama or role, temporary.
Is it Krishna's sanskars or the sanskars of that soul in their Satyugi stage? So if I go into trance and my sanskars come up, it might look like Krishna, but actually it could be my own very pure sanskars.
I would think it's your own sanskar of golden age, because all will be like Krishna. Just as in bhakti they say in Ram Rajya everybody was like Ram, whether subject or ruler or everybody. So it's like Krishna.
Didi, I feel I have strong karmic accounts with my contacts. Must be family and friends. I feel like I'm in a cage. How to break that feeling of being in a cage and fly away? What is the effort I need to make?
Main thing you have to do is establish deep relationship with Baba and have awareness mine is only one Baba and no one else. Because when you think these are my colleagues, my friends, my logics, when my comes, it creates attachment. And once you think they are Baba's children, so make Lokik into a Lokik relationship. Take support from one Baba. Then you will be detached from the others.
Now, Didi, two questions about Shankar. At the end of the cycle, what is the role of Shankar? Is this Brahma Baba playing the role of Shankar? And what is Shankar Puri? Because we have no Brahma Puri, Vishnu Puri, Shankar Puri. So,
Baba says Shankar doesn't play any role. It's only our final tapasvi form. Brahman and Brahmas, final tapasvi form. Because in subtle region, when people have vision of Shankar, they can see Shankar in a deep meditation and vibration of total silence. So that's what our tapasvi form is.
Didi, what are the signals of someone who will be protected at the end? How do we know from our progress that at the end I will be protected?
If I keep company of Baba or remain in the canopy of Baba, I'll be safe. Means I will not be affected or upset by external atmosphere. Because external atmosphere will be very, very chaotic. And at that time, I need to remain fearless, stable, unshakable, and very powerful, so that I am able to give visions to my devotees. Because devotees will be having vision through me of their special deity.
Okay. Didi, we are elderly BKs and we cannot stay awake during meditation for long. But we are very active doing physical work. We are active in physical work, but when we sit for yoga, we sleep. So these are elderly Brahmins. Can we cook for Baba? Can we do bhattis in Baba's room? The problem is we go, but we can't stay awake. So what is this karmic account?
I think that is also karmic account. There must be something pulling your intellect during meditation that you are heavy and feeling sleepy. So if you are feeling sleepy, try to move around or become fresh by drinking tea or having shower, so that you are still in Baba's remembrance and karma yogi.
Didi, at the end, Baba says we might get test papers from wandering souls, from bodiless souls. How to get rid of this fear? That what would happen if a bodiless soul came near me, like a ghost? We might get attacks from ghosts or...
It depends whether you are weak or strong. If you are strong, they will not dare to attack you, but they will be liberated by your vibration. Because these ghosts are the souls who have died with unfulfilled desire. And our job is to liberate them. So if we are strong enough, we'll be able to help them to be liberated.
So we don't need to have any fear.
Fear, thinking about them, talking about them brings them to you.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I advise, don't talk about it, don't think about them, don't fear. But if you feel there is that evil spirit around you, tell them, go away, Baba is with me, and say Baba, Baba, Baba. To tell them to tell Baba. And we have experience that they run away.
Didi, if there is only a soul in the subtle region, how do you get the feeling of Baba feeding you food, Baba caring for you? There's no body there, so...
No, they have, in subtle region you have subtle body.
Yeah.
Just as Brahma Baba in subtle region has subtle body. So in subtle region you will have subtle body. Body of light, same figure, same feature, everything. So you have subtle body and Baba will comfort you, welcome you, feed you, take you around on a tour, because Dadis many times share the experience that they went to subtle region and Baba took them around to all countries or brought them to Madhuban.
Didi, Baba said that whatever comes in the beginning will also happen at the end. So will there also be defamation of the BKs at the end, like it was in the beginning?
No. In the beginning, there was vision. Everybody used to go in trance and had vision, and they used to see Krishna and dance. So Baba will entertain us with golden aged scenes and will take us beyond the suffering of this old world. And if we are in yoga, not in trance, we will be giving visions to other of Sri Baba or their special deity. There won't be defamation, but they will, on the contrary, would say, oh, whatever Brahma Kumaris were telling is true. Now is destruction. Oh, I wish I had listened to them and done something more. So they may have regret or repentance when they realize that they were given message and they didn't make any effort.
Didi, can we keep dogs as Brahmins at home, and can we offer bhog to Baba if there is a dog in the house?
Feed dog.
Can we keep dogs at home, and can we offer bhog to Baba if we have a pet, a dog?
Depending whether you are feeding them or not. If you are feeding dog meat, because that's what usually people feed dog with meat, dry pellets of meat or something. If you are feeding that dog, then you can't offer bhog. But if your family member is feeding the dog, then you can cook bhog at home.
Okay. Then one more question is about, Baba said that Madhuban is the dome. Whatever happens in Madhuban will echo around the world. Is this the reason why even in Madhuban and other places that spiritually the dome is considered such a special, spiritual architecture? Because in Madhuban also we have Baba's room like this. And so what is the spiritual significance of this, and even your understanding of whatever happens in Madhuban is then echoing around the world?
What I find now is internet is so powerful. Brahman network is so powerful. Many times I don't know what's happening in Madhuban. I get news from somewhere else. Recently, Nirmala Bhai went to Ahmedabad. I didn't know he was in Ahmedabad. And I got news from Yogini Band from Mumbai that, oh, Nirmala Bhai is in hospital in Ahmedabad. Or sometimes whatever is happening in hospital, or Rohini will get news in Hong Kong because she has friend in hospital. And she will share that news that this is happening. So I think whatever happening in Madhuban, it's true that Madhuban is a stage where everybody comes and sees what are the actors doing. And that's why Baba was saying this morning, you are on a stage, world stage, and whole world is watching you. You have to be paying attention to play. your best hero role. And naturally, whatever is happening in Madhuban, people follow that example.
Didi, will the Indian government one day hand over to the BKs? You know how Baba has always said that they will lose hope or they will have no solution.
That's what Baba has been telling, that government will hand over the rule to Brahmins or advanced party souls.
Now, I think maybe the last question, Didi, how can I not be careless? Even now, Maya comes to us in the form of carelessness. Maybe not the, the big vices, but just, being a little bit lazy, careless.
If I am aware of the time, importance of time, thoughts, money, my relationship, connection, etc., and my imperishable treasures. If I value them, naturally I will not waste them. And if I am wasting, it means I am careless. So we have to be really careful about how we are using our time, money, energy, everything in a worthwhile way to create our better future. Because this is the time to sow the seed of our future. If not now, never. Not only next kalpa, but every kalpa we are losing. This knowledgeful stage will help us to be very, very careful. Om Shanti. Goodbye. We will have 2 minutes meditation and see you next Sunday. Om Shanti. Shanti. Happy birthday, Jyoti Bhai, for your 74th birthday. Hope you have enjoyed your birthday.